Yo, what's up, everybody? This your boy Big Hawk. Welcome to another episode of My Perspective Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in with me. Well, you see me rocking and rolling. I'm in South Carolina getting loaded. But like I said, man, thank you so much for tuning in with me for another great conversation, another great talk. Check this out before we get started. Everything I say based on my opinion, you know what I'm saying, based on just my life experiences, you know what I'm saying. So take it with a grain of salt. But I hope what I say resonate with you. I hope that it provoke thought, and I also hope that it provoke change. But if not, no harm, no foul. Guess what? It's just your boy Perspective. Let's get into it. Hey man, check this out. You know I talk about personal development. Whether personal, whether relationship, I talk about development, man, getting better. And one of the things I discovered, man, that you gotta do, you gotta have in personal development, you gotta have peace of mind. You gotta have peace of mind. There's a couple things you gotta have. You gotta have a peace of mind, so you can stay focused, so you can have the tunnel vision you need. You gotta have the right partner by your side, in your corner, cheering you on. And you gotta have your hater blockers on, and you gotta have your blinders on. Break that down, what all that means. Man, peace of mind. You gotta have clarity, man. You have to have clarity when you're chasing your goals and your dreams. Even when you have your why, even when you discover your purpose in life, even when you discover, the goals you set for yourself and your purpose and, the challenges that you want to conquer, even when you discover that, it has to be clear. It has to be more than just an idea. You got to have clarity, man. And that peace of mind is just a clear vision, a clear roadmap. You got to have it. Because if you don't, you're going to be swayed in every direction the wind blows, whatever day of the week it is. And that's going to keep you further and further and further away from achieving your goals and dreams. And that's what you don't want. You chasing purpose, you purpose driven, you got to have clarity. And clarity is that's the roadmap. You can see. It ain't the roadmap, but it's the vision to see the roadmap. It's the vision, it's the clarity to begin to take on the task at hand. It's not only the clarity, it gives you that drive, not the rah-rah, not the motivation, but it gives you that a clear understanding, a clear outline. So no matter how you feeling, the road is clear. You may not know what tomorrow gonna bring, but you know the task at hand. That's why peace of mind is so important. You gotta have it, and it just take you saying this is what it's gonna be, come hell or high water. This is what it's gonna be, no matter what come my way. This is the vision. This is the plan for my life. That's the peace of mind, i.e., the clarity that you need. And sometimes clarity hard to come by. Man, you could be suffering from anxiety. You could be suffering from depression. You could just be stressed out about family, work-life balance. It could be a plethora of things that keep you from clarity. So you may have to just look into means and alternatives to create that clarity for yourself. Whether it's supplementation, whether it's counseling, whether it's mentorship, but you have to find the clarity and get that clutter out your mind, and get that peace of mind, and to create the clarity and declutter your mind. Very, very important. If you don't declutter your mind, it's going to be hard to achieve your goals and dreams. It's going to be extremely hard to achieve your goals and dreams if you don't have clarity of mind. Once you have your clarity, you got your why, you got your clarity, man. You got to have the right partner. It's best, and it's just my opinion, it's best you be single if you don't have the right partner. Your right partner is everything. The right partner is everything. Having the right person on your side, when you purpose driven, it's a game changer. It's a game changer. It is really the key to success or not. I don't want to say failure, but it's the key to success or setbacks if you don't have the right partner. The right partner not only believes in you, not only cheers for you, but also gives you constructive criticism, also gives you he or she is invested in your plan and your purpose as well. Your purpose may not necessarily become their purpose, but your purpose is worth the investment, and they'll give you ideas that you didn't think about. They'll give you suggestions and different angles to look at things that you may or may not have even seen or thought about. They're also going to tell you when you're going right. They're also going to tell you when you're going wrong. They're also going to tell you to trust your gut. They're also going to tell you to pump your brakes. You're finna hit a brick wall. But when you have a person who don't believe in you or just think you're wasting your time, man, that's a hard place to be. That's a hard place to be. Extremely difficult place to be, because now you're torn between your God-given purpose in life and the person you love. So having the right person is imperative. Having the right person is imperative, because out of all the millionaires and all the highly successful people I've came across in my life, they said having the right woman was the best thing. That was the key to their success, and I believe it. In every success I ever had in my life, I've had a good woman on my side. I've had a good woman on my side. And what I'm saying is this, though: either be alone so you don't have no distractions, or make sure your partner aligns with your purpose. They are on your team, because sometimes you sleep with the enemy, whether we realize it or not. Sometimes we are sleeping with the enemy, whether we realize it or not, and that's damaging if you got the wrong person on your side. And if your purpose is what you say it is, and if it's God-given, it ain't just a money grab. It ain't just about the money. It's really about your purpose. It's really a purpose thing, a life thing. You'll make the right decisions. I'm not telling nobody to lead their spouse or lead a significant other. But what I am saying is, having the wrong spouse is detrimental to your success in life. It's detrimental to your purpose in life. Detrimental to your vision in life. So having the right person is critical. So you may have to walk alone. You can do it by yourself. Once upon a time, I wasn't a proponent of that. But no, you can do it by yourself. You can do it by yourself. You can get help where help is needed without having to be involved with the individual. So you can do it by yourself. But if you don't have the right person in your corner on your team, that's going to change the game in a negative way. And we don't want that. You don't want that. That's so detrimental to your success, to your future, ultimately to your purpose. Whether you're going to achieve it, or you're going to live it, or just coulda, woulda, shoulda. So think about that. And man, just your hater blockers. You gotta have your hater blockers, man. And your hater blockers is just pretty much, man, listen, you gotta realize that when you discover purpose, when you discover your why, you gotta realize that the majority of the people see, your community or your loved ones see, is not the person that you're becoming. It's not the person that you're becoming. So when you begin to change and become 1% better every day, when you begin to show up different every day, show up positive, showing up as if you're already what you're becoming, People gonna look at you different. They're gonna think you're arrogant. They're gonna think you're uppity. They're gonna think you're bougie. They're gonna think you all that. They're gonna think you better than everybody else, and it's gonna cause problems. It's gonna cause friction. That's just the name of the game. And they're gonna see the old you, the you that made the mistake, the you that wasn't always there, the you that didn't show up the right way every time. They're gonna see all that. They're gonna see the you that was a cheater. They're gonna see the you that was a that stole, that was selfish, that was man, didn't care about nobody but yourself, rob Peter to pay Paul, a grimy, greasy, just, by any means necessary. They're gonna see the old you, and don't let that distract you. And the haters gonna hate, but guess what? Haters are good for business. Haters are good for your purpose. Haters is your audience to see your transformation. And believe it or not, man, haters want to see if you can change. You their motivation. You motivate haters. Haters hate because they don't believe they can achieve anything. And not only that, misery love company. So they have limited beliefs. So they don't want to see you outshine them or outdo them. But in the back of their mind, they really want to see it. Because if you could do it, guess what? They know they can do it. So even though they have a limited belief or a negative perception because of their limited beliefs, when you show them, guess what? They might become a student, directly or indirectly. And you just got to stay the course. You got to stay the course. And the number one thing that's stopping you from achieving your purpose, I want to say this before I forget, is your limited beliefs. That is what keeps the majority, 99% of us, that's what keeps the great majority of us from achieving anything, is our limiting beliefs of ourselves. We don't think that we're qualified. We don't think that we're capable. We don't think we have what it takes to achieve success in whatever area of success or whatever area you want to achieve success in, whatever area of greatness that you want to conquer. You don't believe you can do it. That's why we don't do it, because we don't believe we can do it. And then, but I challenge you to get around people who are more successful than you, and who you deem more successful than you. Whether small or great, get around people who have more than, not have more than what you have, but who have what you're aspiring to have, or who is already where you're aspiring to become or to achieve. You're gonna realize they ain't much different than you. They're just as goofy as you. They're just as quirky as you. They like to have fun. They like to party. They like to dance. The only thing that separates them from you is two things. They don't have limited beliefs in themselves. They believe they can do whatever they did. They believe they can do anything they set their mind to. And this last nugget I'm gonna give you, this is what they believe in too. They believe in themselves. They believe they can achieve anything they set their mind to. And the last, but certainly not least, they block out distractions. They block out distractions. And that's the biggest key to it all, is blocking out distraction. If you can take instruction and block out distraction, you can go anywhere in life. You can go anywhere in life, because achieving your goals is not difficult from an execution standpoint. It's difficult from a mental and emotional standpoint. The distractions, letting things get in your way, the wrong environment. These are the things that stop us from achieving our goals and dreams. Most people who are great, are successful, I use the word great real loosely, but to become exceptional or something, man, that's a niche. That's a niche thing. Like, you have to be laser focused. You have to have a ton of vision. It's all about execution. That's why blocking out distractions is so important. That's why it's so important, because that's the key. Get your purpose. Get the right circle. Form a plan of action, and then block out your distraction. Put your blinders on so you can't see to the right, to the left, and just stay locked in. That's the key. Like the late Bob Proctor said, and I go by this myself, because of Bob. He say, find something you love to do. Find somebody who's already great at it, and copy their blueprint, and just follow what they did. It's real simple. We want to recreate the wheel. We want to be the first. We want to be so-called the first of its kind. No one's ever done it. Man, ain't nothing new under the sun. There is nothing new under the sun. I mean, nothing. Everything has been done before. Thomas Edison is considered the creator of light, the inventor of light, the father of light. He wasn't the first to do it. Imhotep was the first to do it, way back in Africa, hundreds and hundreds of years, if not thousands of years before Thomas Edison. It's on the walls of the pyramids, in the hieroglyphics. It's already been done before. There's nothing new under the sun. So follow somebody else's blueprint and add your sauce to it. Put your nuance on it and make it your own. It's real simple, but you have to block out the distractions. You know what? Distractions come in many shapes, forms, and fashions, sizes, and they're not all bad things. Distraction ain't got to be a bad thing. Another great idea is one of the biggest distractions entrepreneurs, men and women of purpose face, is changing your purpose midstream, changing your purpose halfway. Like, that's a distraction. All these great ideas, people make millions of dollars and achieve so many great things in so many different areas, but that don't mean it's right for you. So you have to find your niche, find your calling, find your purpose, and just lock into that. And if somebody bring you an idea, and ignore it, shake it off, thanks but no thanks. That's a distraction. Shoot. Lust for desires, distraction. Get rich quick schemes, distractions. Putting money before your purpose, distractions. Putting your family before your purpose, distraction. Not loving yourself, distraction. Loving other people and other things more than you love yourself, distraction. These are all distractions that you got to get a grip on if you ever going to be successful. You got people counting on you. You have people counting on you. Whether it's your immediate family, whether it's your children, whether it's your future, whether it's the legacy that you're going to leave behind for your grands and great-grands. You got people counting on you. You have, I believe this with all my heart, we have been created for something purposeful and something meaningful in this life. It's up to us to discover it and cultivate it and make it great. It's up to us to do that individually. And until you find it, you're going to always be uneasy. You're going to always be unsettled. You're going to always be just frustrated. You're never going to be cool. You're never going to be happy with mediocrity. You're going to be just going around in circles, bumping your head, trying to figure things out, until you discover your purpose. But once you do it, you got to have these things I just mentioned. Clarity. Peace of mind, clarity. That's going to make your why brighter. That's going to make your why more visible, more vivid, more strong. The right person on your team, in your life, your lover, your partner. You got to have the right person on your side, or be by yourself. You got to have the right person in your corner. If you don't, that's going to prolong or derail your purpose in life. You got to have the right person on your side. And it's okay to be by yourself. Or it's okay just to have a certain level of companionship, but they got to be the right person. If not, be by yourself. You got to put your hater blockers on, and you got to look at haters as your audience that you're performing for. Because even though they hating, even though they talking negative, even though they're trying to shoot you down and bring you down, they really want to see you succeed. So you got to look at haters in a positive light instead of a negative light. Yeah, it appears they mean to demean you, defame you, bring you down, crabs in the barrel, that sort of thing. But look at them as your audience and put on a Grammy performance in front of them, because they need to see you succeed so it can change something in them. And then distractions. Block out distractions. Block out the distraction. Put your blinders on like a horse in the Kentucky Derby. Put your blinders on and get tunnel vision. Once you get tunnel vision and execute, success is going to be greater, faster. I'm gonna land the plane right there. Hey, man, let's lock in. Let's get the 2026. Man, I ain't no fortune teller. I ain't no seer. You know, none of that kind of stuff. But I just feel it in my spirit that 2026 is gonna be a big year for a lot of us. And that's every year. But I just got a feeling about 2026. Maybe it's just for me. But I feel like if you lock in, it's going to be a big year for you. Let's lock in. Let's tap in. Let's dig in. And let's get there. All right, man. Till next week. I love y'all. Peace.